Hi everyone, today is the 29th of January 2024 and I've got a little job I want to do on George today. Right, so as you know, I had this little fan heater and I left it on, and I said what I'd do is get a relay so when I turn the ignition off, that'll go off so I don't leave stuff on. So I went online to order a relay and I saw something else. I saw like a battery isolator. I thought that might be good because that'll mean everything is off. So when I leave the car, shut it off. Now this one I saw on a site called Timu. I think that's how you say it. Now I'm not sure whether that's going to be rubbish or not, but I looked online and on eBay and stuff and they're about 40 quid. And this one said, oh, if you order this bloody blah, you can have this for 8 quid. And I thought 8 quid, that's got to be rubbish. So I ordered one, and I also ordered the relay in case I just use that. But it took about a week. They turned up and I've opened it up and had a look, and to be honest, that looks quite good. That looks like it might do the job. And I've also looked online at some of the reviews and no one's got anything bad to say about it. It's quite a clever little thing really, if it works. So I thought this morning when I get back to mine, which will be about another 2 or 3 minutes, I'll have a go at connecting it up. That connects onto the battery, but I'll show you that when we get back. And also I need to tell you something about my little fan heater. Yeah, in between ordering the relay and the isolator, the heater's packed up anyway. But I'm sure that'll be an easy fix. Now who knows, we'll have a little look at that as well. So hopefully that'll be interesting. I'm now back to mine. So I'll go in, get changed, a cup of tea, and we'll see how we get on sorting this out. So catch you in a bit, guys. Guys, so while I'm making a cup of tea, I'll just show you what I bought. There's the relay. It's got a little plug with it with the wires on to make it easier to make the connections. But like I said, I also got this. That seems half decent, but the only one way to find out these things is try it. So that obviously connects to your battery onto the negative, and then you put your negative terminal onto this. So obviously that'll make the connection. Let's turn it that way so you can see it better. And this one will go across to the positive. Obviously this is going to use a little bit of power anyway, so if you've got a really weak battery, it's probably going to defeat the object, but we know the battery on George is really good. Now once it's all connected, to turn it on and off, there's little remotes. So to connect that up, we'll do the little magnetic connector. Obviously it's got to be powered up. We'll put it on, and then obviously off, we'll turn it off, saving any drain from here for the battery. But where this is clever, if the voltage, if I leave it on and the voltage drop down to say, I think it's 11 something, say 11 volt, it'll automatically shut off, so it won't drain the battery anymore. And if you wanted to turn it on, you push this, it'll stay on. Also, if I go to turn it off and it's getting 13 volts, from the generator, this will not allow me to accidentally turn it off. I can turn it off using this, but obviously while the car's running, it wouldn't allow me to accidentally shut off the battery supply. So that's quite clever if it all works. Like I say, I've seen online reviews, people say it's really good. So I'll take it outside now and we'll see if we can connect that up, and we'll just see if it does work. Because sometimes I even leave my lights on, and now if I do and I walked away and after, I don't know, a few hours the battery drops down a level, this will shut off anyway. That's the plan. Or, don't know how far these will reach, I can go, oh my lights are on, zap it and it will switch the battery off anyway. Even if the lights are on, everything will go off. So we'll try that. Not sure if I'll get round to doing this relay today, because like I said, I've got a problem with the little heater, which we'll go outside now and I'll show you what's going on with that. Obviously we're outside now. It's quite chilly, to be honest. A little bit damp this morning, but it's okay to do some bit of work. Right, so obviously we're going to connect to this. It's got these two remotes. Look quite cool, don't they? Let's show you what was wrong with the heater, or what's happened to it. Let's jump in. Right, obviously it sits in here so I can point it, only unclipped. So I just unclipped it to have a closer look at it. Hopefully you can see the switch there. Is doing nothing. It's not working at all. On closer inspection, if you can see on the top of it there, looks like it's melted a little bit, and that's obviously probably when I left it on for such a long time and the battery went flat. But obviously this switch is still connected, but obviously I can't, oh hang on, it's got stuck now. So it's obviously not right. The switch will not work at all. And like I said before, on the up, if you push upwards on this switch, it'll be fan only. Downwards will be that heater element you can see in there, and a slower fan. But like I say, it just does not want to work today. No, it ain't doing nothing. Like I said, that is still connected, but that switch may have melted inside, who knows. Can't seem to pull it out, so I'm going to have to undo those screws. But I think I'll leave that for the time being. We'll have a look at this battery isolator I've got on the bonnet there. That should be a simple fix, shouldn't it? Before I do anything, I just want to check the voltage of my battery. So it's been sitting here now 20 minutes or more, maybe even half an hour, so I took the dog out. So sitting at 12.8, which is really good. That is quite high actually, so that's doing well. But I'm going to just double check that voltage with my multimeter actually on the battery, because this might be slightly out, who knows. Get up the multimeter, and as you can see that's quite accurate, because that says 12.89, so it's not far out, is it? So that's all good. Right, I'm going to see how I can fit this onto the battery, because my terminal on here is not flat coming off the top, it's sunken down. So I'll have a fiddle about and just see how I can get this to connect. Like I said a minute ago, the problem's going to be with this is because my battery has the terminal sunk down, they're not a flat battery with the terminal sticking up, that's not going to go straight on. So straight away I've got to think of a way of doing this. I could bring it round over here sideways onto it. That's an option. I might be able to flip this up the other way and bring that further down. I'll have a look at that and see what happens. there and see if I can do that. So I've managed to turn that round, and there was a bit of a gap between there. I thought I'd have to put something in, but when I looked in the actual pack there was a spare nut, so I've put that in between there, and that has fitted quite nicely. So now it leaves me to put this live to this side and then connect up my original negative to this side. Simples. Right, spider spanner to fit that one, and we'll get that on. Okay, so I connected up this little live to connect this across. I haven't put my battery terminal on, that's a bit loose, isn't it? Need to tighten that up. I haven't put this one on yet. That's got to be tightened up, but obviously this negative and positive are now live, so if I push on that should come on. There it is, it's on. It's a pity it's upside down, but I can't do much about that unless I spin it right round, but I ain't bothered about that, I can see it. Just the green light is saying it's on, and that light in the middle means it's on normal. So if it comes on this side, that'll be high when it's charging, and if it comes on that side, it means it's low. The battery is low. So at the minute, it's working fine. I'll just try that with the remote. Where is it? Two remotes. Let's try this one, being I unpacked it. Oh yeah, it works. It's on. Now if you can see, that's off. Now how far away I can get from it. Let's take it over here a bit. Yep, it's working here. Probably works quite far when the batteries are all good. So that's going to be the battery's live and then dead. And also, if this engine's running, this shouldn't turn it off. So if it's in your pocket or you accidentally push it, it shouldn't turn it off, but we'll discover that in a minute when I get this terminal tightened up, get that on, and we'll see what happens when we fire it up. Okay, so everything's tightened down as it should. Let's see what happens. We'll go in the car to do it, shall we? Inside the car, turn the ignition on, nothing. So get me little remote control, and we're on. Well, it's all working. See if I can turn it off, and it's off. So according to this, when it's running you can't turn it off with this. Let's see if that part of it works. Better put it on first, spanner. On. So we're away. So you can't turn it off, look. It knows the car is running because of the voltage. So if I switch it off, now I can turn it off. Turn it on. Kit is quite good. So, in theory, I can't start the car from here. Click it on. Well, we're going to see how this lasts. At the minute, I'm liking it. It's just impossible for me to turn it off. If I turn the ignition off and then whack this, I can't leave lights and stuff on. Just what I need, eh? So I could actually use that heater now. I'll be able to switch it off with this without heating the relay. Straight to that battery, as long as I went to these terminals. But of course I need to sort out the switch on that heater first. So let's have a quick look at that, see if we can suss it. Rightio, we've got that part. Just took the top off. Basically the switch is doing nothing. Look. So down would be on the fan, which which is just this little blower fan in here, look, it just sits there, and that one there is just a little heating element. Fan blows the air through this heats up, hot air comes out. So why has this little switch give up? It's not doing anything. Doesn't look like it's been on fire or melted, so it's probably a spring loaded piece of metal what goes across the inside. So I'm going to see if I can break this switch apart to have a look in. It's also got some sort of resistor joining those two red terminals together. What that is, I don't know. I don't know that much about electronics, but one thing I do know is that switch isn't working. No, sorry, that top one there, the thicker one, goes to the heat. That one there is alive coming in, and that thinner one there goes to the fan. And then obviously these two are joined here on the return. So what are we going to do? I don't know. Let's have a quick look inside it and see if I can do anything with it. See if I can get this little switch apart. Right, so I'll just prise this switch out. It's just like a little piece of metal sticking out, and inside looks like a piece of metal has gone sideways, which would rock either side of that switch. So I might be able to get this back working. Bit crude, isn't it? But it did do the job. Right, I'm going to see if I can get that little piece of metal out and see how that's fitted in. I've managed to put that back into where I think that should be in place. Don't know how long this is going to last, but I'm going to see if I can push that switch back in now and whether that'll actually work. Fingers crossed, eh? So I've got the button working as the sort. Oh, now it's got stuck on heat. It's jammed. Right, I'm just going to leave it like that for the time being, just so I can test it, because I can always put a switch in the line and leave it on. Yeah, I might just leave that. Now it's stuck on heat. Let's see if it works. Just whack that onto the battery. Right then, so we're all connected up. I actually found a new battery terminal connection for this side, so that's good. I put that on. So now I can find the little remote. Let's get in. So now obviously we've got no power. If I put this on, I've got power here, so I can start the car, and you hear the little fan heater has started up. The switch don't work, it's mucked up, so I'm just going to wire it into a switch on the dash. When I finish the dash, you're going to laugh at this. At the minute we've got this switch in to work the heater, but what can I say? This is working. Pay no regards to this, but what I'm showing you at the minute is this little thing to turn stuff on and off. Okay guys, so obviously I've got that connected up. We'll see how we get on with it. I think it's going to be fine, but you never know these things until a later date. So we'll keep an eye on it and see how it goes. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Bye for now.